Do you ever bring anger into a fight? No.
No, never. Before the fight, I try to concentrate on my inner feelings, think about something, what I like, and I never go out and fight with any feelings like anger or anything else. I just think it's not me. And whatever I do, I just try to think about good things, and that helps me.
Like what? You say you're trying to think about something that you like. Take us inside your mind. Right before the bell. Walking down the good things that you think about. It puts you in that place.
My coach and my friends and I, we're trying to joke a lot and tell funny stories, just make each other happy and smile a lot, because I know that it will help me in the fight. Not trying to concentrate on techniques and fight itself.
Потом, когда я иду на разминку перед боем, я стараюсь хорошо размяться.
And right before the fight, I just go over the techniques I use and the combinations I prepared, and that it's already too late to think about anything or to go over a lot of things. Just that's the last minute preparation, and that's it.
Скажем так, пробежка по тем комбинациям, которые заготовлены.
Your training is interesting, different. Talk a little bit about sledgehammers, the tires, the different type of training regimen that you use. It's old school.
The best way for me to tell you how my training goes is for you to come and see me training. And because there are many rumors about my training process. Well, I work a lot, I train a lot, but to tell you the truth, everything is simple in my training process. I run a lot, I do lots of exercises and push-ups, I work on the technique, fighting on the ground in standing position, and I like boxing as well as a part of my training process. So it's kind of like, it's very simple. It's a combination of very simple techniques.
Affliction Banned, July 19th, the Honda Center, Anaheim, California, live on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Sylvia's just got to believe in his hands. He's going to have to try and look for and take advantage of the opportunity when it comes to get that shot in.
Tim Sylvia, first of all, he's a big guy. He has a good hands. He's heavy hands.
Welcome back to Affliction Banned, the biggest MMA card you can see this year. It's July 19th, and if you can't make it to the Honda Center in Anaheim to see it in person, then watch it on pay-per-view. Now, there are going to be a lot of great fights that night, but the one that everyone is talking about is the main event. We'll get to see Fedor, considered the best fighter in the world, against another that has carried the heavyweight belt as the best. He's Tim Sylvia, former two-time UFC heavyweight champion. He hails from Maine, but now trains out of Iowa. Now here's a man who has overcome tragedy and heartbreak to become one of the world's elite heavyweight fighters. He's American as apple pie and as strong as the nation that he loves.
At 6'8", Tim Sylvia is more than a gentle giant. He is a man who has overcome heartbreak and demons to become one of the elite heavyweights.
You know, he came from a background, I think he was, had a little bit of problems at home like a lot of fighters do.
You know, I had a rough childhood. I had a mother that was very abusive and alcoholic, and it was a rough 18 years for me, you know, and
dysfunctional family, things like that. And,
you know, as I got old enough to not take it anymore, she became mentally abusive. It just wasn't physical anymore. And
he was looking for a new family, I think, and came to Iowa and just, stuck with it.
I know there's a lot of people out there that have been through things like that, and I'm not the only one. And don't get down on yourself. There's things you can do. You don't have to live life, being stuck in someone else's shadows.
Tim Sylvia, that's a kid that came here that, really, he was on a mission, I think. I don't think he, like anybody, realized how hard it was going to be successful in MMA, but he never gave up.
I don't think there's anybody out there that hasn't been through rough times. It's how you fall and get yourself back up, basically.
The guys that were all on the team at that time, we'd all look at each other and think, what are we going to do with this kid? He's not real talented. Don't know if he's going to make it. He was having some problems, but the one thing we noticed, he wouldn't give up.
That's life. Shit happens, and it all depends on what you want to do with it. If you want to be a victim, then so be it. If you want to be somebody and live your dreams and compete and challenge yourself, then go out and do it. There's no reason why anyone can't do it.
He just absolutely would not give up, and I think what God maybe doesn't bless somebody in one area with, he kind of gives them an overabundance in another area. So Tim was just, I think, blessed with a lot of determination and drive.
I want to be a person that people look up to, that kids look up to and say, wow, that happened to me when I was a kid, or that's currently happening to me now, and look at this guy, he's a world champion, he's fighting on pay-per-view TV. If I can inspire just one kid, I kind of feel like I've done something.
In his early 20s, Tim realized it was going to take a huge commitment to take his fighting career to the next level. He began training under former UFC champion Pat Miletich with dogged determination.
I just can't express how hard we train and how much we train. It's, nothing less than 4 hours a day, but sometimes we'll get in a 5 or 6 hour day. It's not like boxing where you put in a 2 hour workout. It's conditioning, strength and conditioning, cardio, boxing, jiu-jitsu, grappling, wrestling. It just all flows together. And I'm working on, 6 times a week. Sometimes I gotta take a morning off, and I pretty much always take Sundays off, just because you need your body to rest and relax. But sometimes you just need your trainers to pull the reins back on you a little bit and say, you need to slow down because you're gonna end up overtraining. It's a sport, no doubt in my mind, and I truly believe 10 years from now it's gonna be the Olympics.
He trains in Iowa, right smack in America's heartland. Here he focuses on winning and winning only, especially when it comes to facing Fedor in Affliction Banned July 19th in Anaheim, California.
Affliction Banned, July 19th, the Honda Center, Anaheim, California, live on pay-per-view.
Preparations for this fight. What's your game plan for the next month or so?
I'm feeling really good for my next fight with Fedor on July 19th. Preparation's going good. I'm excited for this fight. It's a fight that I've wanted for a long time, and I'm pretty much the first guy that really gets a shot at him. A lot of people want one. I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people want one. And I'm the one that stepped up, and he stepped up, and Affliction has made it happen.
What got you into, I know the answer to this, but this is we're going to touch some other points, but what got you into mixed martial arts?
One of the things that got me into mixed martial arts, I've always been a huge fan of mixed martial arts. I started out back in the first days of UFC. I watched it, enjoyed it. I wrestled in high school, did martial arts through high school. Got out, started doing some boxing and grappling, and had a chance to do a NHB fight down in Rhode Island. So I went down there and paid $50 a fight, and knocked the guy out in 17 seconds. I was hooked from there on.